but it's not a lunch. Okay, so what's this? You sure about that? What do you think this is?
Cinnamon.
Could be cinnamon.
Brown sugar.
Could be brown sugar. What about this and this? You think this could be salt? Salt. So we think this one is salt. We think this one is, what do we think this one is? Okay, so there's all sorts of, this. You can't even see in it. Let me do this. Ooh, there's some liquid in there. Do you guys see that? There's liquid. Maylin, smell it. What's it smell like? Smells like vanilla. I wonder if it is vanilla. What about this? You guys had said that the other one was flour. What's this one look like? Baking soda? What's that one? Okay, this one's easy. Grown-ups, can you tell? No, it's not reindeer poop. Chocolate chips. Okay, everybody have a seat. So we've got all these different ingredients here. What are they for? You think they're for cookies or for baking, right? Okay, so I'm going to need some volunteers. I need you, let's see, Brooklyn. Will you lick your finger and then will you be very brave and taste this? What's it taste like? Tastes like salt. I wonder if that could be baking soda. That kind of has a salty flavor. Somebody else, is it Penny? Would you like to taste this? Lick your finger first. See, this is why we have kids and not the grown-ups. Okay, tell us what it tastes like.
Getting better. Yeah, thanks.
Another one that tastes like salt. Okay, let's go with a gentleman. Would you lick your finger and then taste this one? Brown sugar. Okay, so somebody earlier it said cinnamon, but it's actually brown sugar. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. We didn't have anybody taste this one. Micah, you taste that one. Tell us what that one is. Flour. Okay, does flour taste good? Does flour taste good? Okay, Grayson, will you taste one of these for me? Tell me what you think. What does that taste like? Oh, thank goodness it wasn't reindeer food. It was chocolate. Okay, so that's good. So, all together, if you were to taste these, oh, I didn't have anybody taste the liquid. You, yeah. You don't have, yeah, taste it. Oh, you can see her face right now. Okay, it doesn't taste good, right? Oh, this one is one of my favorites. If Paula Dean were here, she'd take a big old swipe of this. What is this? Butter. Okay. So, did you know that all of these ingredients, now you can go ahead and have a seat on your bodies. If we put all these ingredients just one by one, like my cake, it tasted the flour. Does flour taste good on its own? What about the vanilla? Did vanilla taste good on its own? No. But, what do you think we could do with these to make them taste good in a different way? What can we do? What can we do?
Make chocolate chip.
We can totally make chocolate chip cookies. So each one of these ingredients, it's kind of like what God gives to us. There's actually a verse in the Bible. It's in 1 Corinthians 12:12 that says, just as one body, though one, has many parts, we have to read it here, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. What's this? What's this? What are these? What's this? My waist or my hips? What's this? My toe, my foot? I need all those parts of my body, right? We need all of those. Well, we need all of these to make cookies, right? Let's say we're going to make chocolate chip cookies, but I say, oh, sorry, we can't use the egg, and we can't use the butter. Would our cookies turn out?
No.
They totally wouldn't turn out. What do you think what would happen to them? They would taste weird. Maybe they would spread out really flat. What if I took the flour out? They wouldn't be thick, right? They wouldn't hold together. Now, did you know that when you make a chocolate chip cookie dough recipe, there's only an itty-bitty tiny little bit of vanilla, and there's only an itty-bitty tiny little bit of salt? What if I left the salt out? What do you think would happen? Yeah. You know, salt, they say, is the seasoning of life. It would taste plain without that salt, even though we know chocolate chip cookies are sweet. So, just like this Bible verse says, We need all of these ingredients. And the Message says it even better. This is one of my favorite translations of this verse. It says, each person is given something to do that shows who God is. Everyone gets in on it. Everyone benefits. All kinds of things are handed out by the Spirit into all kinds of people. The variety is wonderful. Did you know that the gifts that God gives us, we each have something different? Like Brooklyn, she's awesome at dancing. We all got to see that a couple of weeks ago. And Maylin is awesome at taking good care of her brother. And you might have a different gift. Grayson, you have a gift, right? You love to build things. So we're each given a different gift, but we can't use our gifts just on our own. You know what makes the family of God amazing is when we take all of our gifts and we combine them together. Just like if I took all of these ingredients, dumped them in a bowl, mixed them up, they make something more beautiful together than on their own. Okay? We are better together. God wants us to join together with people to love Him and to serve Him. And grown-ups, as these kids think about this, about the fact that cookies are way better than just the flour and the soda on their own, I want to encourage you as the family of Foundry, you are relatively a smaller church. But what you accomplish together is phenomenal. And each one of us has been given one of those special gifts. We've kind of had a bumpy year in our youth this year, right? But it has been so refreshing for us as a staff to see a group of men and women dedicated to our high schoolers, committing to being with our team every Thursday night and hanging out with those kids. And that video we saw of Bob dancing, that happened because he knew he had a gift that he could share with us. And our middle school kids, we have another team of men and women that are dedicated every Monday night to being there. And our middle schoolers that are here, it's been exciting for me as a mama of a middle schooler to know that my son has some trusted, godly men and women that he can go to when he doesn't want to talk to his own parents, because his own parents aren't nearly as cool as you guys are. You all have these gifts. And our children's ministry, one of the biggest ministries in any given church, we have so many of you that regularly dedicate your lives to be the butter, to be the salt, and to join together and make this beautiful, amazing creation. And we couldn't do it without you, right, guys? We love our teachers that help us out. So I would just encourage you today, as we take our flour and we take our soda, think about what is your gift? What is the special gift and talent and ability that God has given you? Did you know that as long as you're breathing, God has something special for you to do in His church? And even these tiny little ones can bless us. And that's why we're so thrilled to just share them with you today on Family Sunday. And I thank you for giving your gifts. As long as you're breathing, you have a gift to share with our church. And we're so grateful for what you do and how you serve. And in the new year, I can't wait to see what God has planned for Foundry. So, we don't want to eat just soda and just eggs, right? What would be better than that? I will admit, I even had to bribe my own children to come down and I would give them a cookie. So, I have cookies for all these brave kiddos here. Feel free to take one. Okay, thank you guys.
All right. That was great. That was great. Thanks, Sarah, so much. Apparently, there's plenty of cookies for everybody on this side of the church. But sometimes you sit right, sometimes you sit wrong. You know? Well, this morning we are together, and it has been in many ways, it's been a crazy year. Honestly, I don't remember having a year quite like this one. But it's been busy. It's thrown us into a different mode as a staff and as elders and as just us. It's kind of just put us in a different place. But it's been amazing to see everybody step up. Like Sarah said, I mean, it's just been to see people step up and say, I'm here, I'll help, I'll jump in wherever I can. And then to actually have to make the follow-up call to say, you know what, I do kind of need you and to actually not hear crickets on the other end, but to hear people say, absolutely, amen. And we have a core group of 5 people every Monday night helping our middle school group. And that makes it so easy. We've got a curriculum, we've got, which Sarah put together, and now basically what I do, I present the curriculum, but Sarah sets it on my desk every Monday morning and says, here's what you got. Actually, she sets it on this Monday morning for next Monday, but I'm not nearly that organized. So I just put it on the bottom of the stack for the next week, but it's all a week in advance. I just look at it, I study a little bit, and go, and everybody jumps in and everybody fills in. It's just amazing. It's great working with the middle schoolers, and I never thought I would say that, but it is. It's been awesome. I know Mark's got the high schoolers. There's just a strong group of volunteers that helps out, and just to see all you guys, I see a lot of people eating cookies right now. At least wait till after communion, honestly. But it's just been great. And so thank you. That was such a good lesson to describe this year, because everybody has jumped in and used their gifts and talents. And it's just been, the end product's been amazing. And the relationships that have been built, and just the strengthening of our church. It's been a great blessing to see that happen this year. So what we want to do for communion is a little bit different, which we hardly ever do anything normal around here. What we're going to do is we're going to use some of our gifts and talents now during communion to help people that aren't able to be here during communion. And so what we've done is, I'm not sure, did everybody get a piece of cardstock, or are they on the tables? Okay. So on the tables, you'll see pens and some paper, and we're supposed to have something up here, correct? So we've got pens and paper, and we've got 4 of our folks that are either struggling with something, or going through a different call time, or a shut-in, what we call a shut-in, aren't able to come to church anymore, but would love to if they were able to. And what we want you to do is during communion, as we're reflecting on the fact that Jesus came, He shed His blood, His body was broken for us, and what that means to us, as we're doing that, let's write a note to one of these 4 people that we're going to mention in just a minute, and then we'll go around, and are we going to just have them drop them, or are we going to pick them up? We'll pick them up, so you can't leave until after we pick them up, and we'll have you fill out a note to one of these 4 people, just a note of encouragement, tell them you're thinking about them during this time, and then we're going to pick those up, and we're going to get them to them, and take them to them, mail them to them. We'll figure out a way, and we'll get them to them. So the 4 people are here. I think we got slides. I don't fall.
It's coming.
All right, I'm going to have to sing a solo of this. Yes, so please hurry. For the sake of everybody's ears. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we have Jerry Barrett. How many of you guys remember Jerry Barrett? How many of you guys have never met Jerry Barrett? All right, so Jerry's he's an amazing, amazing man. He's 99 and a half right now. And he, from what I understand, now Sid can back me up on this, he was a big amener. Like he had a big booming amen voice, and he would let it go once in a while here. And he's a monster of a man. I mean, he was a logger back when logging was even hard as it is now. And just lived an amazing life, but he misses church so badly. I've been out to see him a few times, and it's always a huge blessing, but he's always literally in tears because he can't be here. And so I told him, you got to make it to 100. When you make it to 100, we're going to make sure you get here. We're going to throw a big party for him here when he turns 100. So we're definitely doing that. But why don't some of you pick out Jerry Barrett up there and just write a note. And then what we're going to do after you're done, please fold it over and write the name of who you wrote it to so we can do that. Now, Mari Westberg. How many of you guys all know Mari, right? He's going through a really difficult time medically right now. And there's some difficulty with his throat, swallowing, and it's been a rough road for him. He's had to have a couple procedures. Got some good news this week, but But Mari's going through a difficult time, so if you got, some of you could write to Mari and let him know you're thinking about him and encourage him. And then Evelyn McMahon. How many of you guys know Evelyn McMahon? Now, I've only met her one time, and Bob took me to her house, and she was not afraid to ask me some really hard questions that I didn't necessarily have the answers to. So it was awesome. And like, why are you doing this? Are you sure you should be doing this? What are you doing this? I said, I don't know. Blake said, I don't know. But anyway, it is, she was a fireball, and then she just isn't able to come. So some of you could write to her and encourage her. And then the wild thing about this whole story is we're going to have Randy as one of the ones that we were writing to today. When we came up with the list on Christmas Eve, actually. We were in the office brainstorming about this and thought of Randy. And so what we'd like to do is write to his family. And just write a note of encouragement to his family and let them know that during this time of reflection that you're thinking about them. Because they're going through a tough time. I mean, you can imagine how difficult that is. And so you can write it to Anisha and the boys there. And so what we're going to do, in just a minute, we're doing family-style communion. And upstairs, just sit tight. They'll get you the stuff up there. And but if you have a pen and you just want to write in the pen, go for it. Otherwise, there are markers up here that you can use. So you got a lot to take back to your seat with you. That's okay. We're going to take our time. And I think this is such an important and a great opportunity to express in a very tangible way what Jesus has done for us. In the fact that He came and He died for us, and He saved us, and He changed us, and He transformed us, and He encourages us, and He lifts us up, and He's got us in His grasp for eternity, that we can turn around and write and encourage others that aren't able to be with us today, and we can write to them and give them an encouraging note, letting them know that this whole church is thinking of them. So we're going to pray in just a minute, then just come up. There's 4 tables, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and up there you guys stay put. And so just feel free to come up, grab the elements, and grab a piece of paper. And if you want some pens, grab some pens, and go back and sit together and write a note to one of these 4 as you partake in communion together. Am I missing anything? Yeah, and that's a good point. Gather up in groups. Get in a group of your family, or get in a group of somebody. If you're by yourself, just go to the closest group to somebody, unless you really want to do it by yourself. But otherwise, just go with somebody and take the time to pray for these guys that are up on the board. They need it. They need encouraging. They need lifted up. They just miss our church. They miss us. And so let's be a source of encouragement to them during this time. So let's have a word of prayer. And when they're done, okay, there you go. We'll pick one. So let's pray and thank Jesus for what He's done for us and just this past year. And man, it's been amazing. So let's have a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, as we gather around these elements in this Family Sunday, God, I just ask, as we remember the bread that represents the broken body and the juice that represents the shed blood, as we reflect both on the year that we've just gone through, we look forward to the year that's sitting in front of us, and we put all of that in the context of what You've done for us. Lord, that we look back on what You've done for us on the cross, and we remember that, but we don't do that just to stay looking in the rearview mirror, God. We do that to be encouraged to move forward as we face each and every day's trials and difficulties and triumphs and joys. And Lord, as we partake today, Lord, together, centered on You, all of our unique gifts and talents, all in here to encourage and uplift and help one another. God, may we do that to those that aren't even in our presence. God, as we've picked these 4, maybe there's some others that, we know there's others that can use encouraging. God, help us to be a source of you to those around us. And so God, as we partake, as we write our letters, as we write our notes of encouragement, God, bless this time. Draw us closer to you and help us to truly be your hands and feet as we venture out into the world around us. Thank you again for all you did for us this year, for the difficulties, for the people stepping up, for all that went on. God, thank you for what you've done. And God, as we look forward, we can't wait to see what you do for us and around us and through us in 2019. God, now as we partake, bless this time. In Jesus' name, amen. You may come on up. So as you write the note, you still have plenty of time. You don't have to hurry. I'm just going to give you a little bit of instruction here. As you get the note, fold it in half, and then write the name of the person that you wrote the note to in the back. So this makes it a little easier for us to be able to organize it. And then what we're going to do is have everybody in your row pass the notes this way. So it'll be on right here, right here, right here, right there. And actually, you guys pass yours this way. How about that? And everybody else passes yours this way. And we're going to have Doug, Michael, and Justin pick them up for you. And then we're going to throw them in this basket up here. But Joy wanted me to remind, and I forgot about this part, which is, balcony. I'm not sure. Marco instructed me about
the high schoolers are doing it up here.
Perfect. This is a huge, huge blessing for the recipients. To to know that people are thinking of them, and that they're, this makes people that aren't otherwise able to be here a part of what's going on. And Joy wanted me to emphasize this. The kids do this. Is it every week you guys do this? Once or twice a month, she said. The kids actually pick out somebody and do this for them. And so that's why we decided to do it. I forgot to mention that part a little bit ago. And this service is a lot like what happens with our kids. Our kids are being taught and led well and learning about Jesus. Not only learning about it, but to do certain things to be the hands and feet of Jesus to each other and to those that aren't able to be around. So anyway, so as you're finishing up, I'll give you a few more minutes. Just pass it to this way, everybody but this row, and you guys pass it this way, and that way we get everything picked up here. All right? All right. So if you're going to pick up the notes, go ahead and come up here, and then we can just wait as they get passed over. If you're done, go ahead and pass them. If not, take your time, and we'll finish up in about 5 minutes. Tell you what we'll do is just, we'll dismiss here in just a second. If you're not done, you can just come up here. There's a basket up here. You can throw it in. If you want to throw your marker in there as well, feel free to do that. If you want to keep your marker, you're welcome. Merry Christmas. So actually, I saw somebody throw their own marker in there on accident. Have to dig it back out a minute ago. But I just wanted to show you what I found back here. Is a whole other plate of I'm just gonna leave that there. So anyway, this must be for the staff. At any rate, thank you. I didn't need it anyway. Mark's much more of a benevolent staff member than I am, apparently. But anyway, hey, listen, guys, we love you. Thank you for a great year. Thanks for all the memories. We're looking forward to whatever. I mean, after 2018, I don't even want to speculate what 2019 is going to do. I have no idea. Maybe it'll be just a regular run-of-the-mill year, but probably not. So we're just going to have a great time with whatever happens. And so, if you guys can hang on for just a second. You're just messing